Doing push-ups. Episode 2. Am I supposed to put this in a different spot where it's not like...
I mean, I think if it's touching your skin,
I know, I'm trying not to...
it's gonna like muffle it.
Paper Street Coffee in the house. Thank you guys for making delicious coffee to get us hyped for episode 2.
Are we gonna do our song again?
You can do the song. There will be an official intro soon. Might have to call up Gerard to help us with that.
Matt and Becca.
Boom! Episode 2. I've been so excited to come back and shoot episode 2 because we watched episode 1 and edited episode 1 and posted episode 1, and you guys gave such encouraging feedback after I was just beating myself up all week. So I'm excited.
Like, it can only go up from here.
That's what I felt like.
And then I did.
Only go up
and then
from
I
here.
did my intro song for week 2, and they're like, "Oh, maybe that's not the case." Oh, it's a podcast of Rebecca and Matt. So
that might be true. We might have just lost all of our.
I'll try harder
all
next
of our
time.
viewers
I'll
because
try
of your
harder.
guitar noises.
I
loved it.
I just need to be the backup singer. That's what I
loved
need.
it.
I need a lead singer. I'm the backup singer.
The effort was there, and that's all that matters. It's been a good week. It's been a great week. Been sweating our butts off, and that's Texas for you. But we shall jump into it. I wanted to start with just recapping the last episode, so people get. I feel like we have momentum now. The snowball was like this big, but it will grow to this big. It was an ugly little yellow snowball for episode 1. Snowballs don't make choo-choo noises.
We're a train. We're just getting it going.
Okay, but now we're gonna grow our snowball to this, and it'll be less yellow and brown because that's what I felt like episode 1 was.
Why are you talking about yellow snow?
Oh, because that was last week's episode. I am proud. I am proud of us for getting the ball rolling, but we can do better. And it starts by not saying like as much. And if I had more room right here, every time I said like, I'd do a burpee for it to encourage me not to say like. So if I do start saying it a lot, you have to be like, canceled. Bye. Oh, okay. I'm about to start recapping the week. Unless you want to say anything before I get into your problem from last week's episode. I had just addressed my problem from last week's episode.
Is it drinking too much?
For all of my folks listening on Spotify, he is referring
too much
to
water. I have water in my coffee.
He is referring to water.
Like I don't know what to do. Take a sip. Coffee and water.
I did address that you do this thing when you start losing momentum on your... You don't say like, you do this. Especially at the board, if you start losing your momentum when you're
distract him with a cough.
Don't
know what to say.
It's like clearing your voice. I think it's very unique.
It brings the tension back to you because people can just be like, oh, whatever.
That's what
it is, attention.
It's very unique. But I was so disgusted.
Now I'm so self-conscious.
I'm sorry.
I never knew this about myself.
I'm sorry. That's what this podcast is for. It's bringing everything
work on my public speaking.
To light. Coaching has really helped me with that. I was a really good public speaker in the classroom during high school when I started coaching. People were impressed. But I'm just trying to boost myself. I still need a lot of work. So I stopped saying like, but the whole time last week, no, hold on. We're getting to you now. The whole time I
didn't know we were supposed to roast each other on this episode.
That's what it's turning
No one
into.
told me this. No one prepared me.
Okay, because you could easily do that on the spot. There's too many things you could roast me on. Anyways, last week we watched.
Bring it on, guys.
We
Roast me.
watched last week's episode, and we didn't even go all the way through it because I was just sitting on the couch cringing the whole time, pulling out my hair. I wish we had video of that because I could not stand it anymore listening to the podcast. And there is something about you make the video, you edit it, don't go back and watch it. Just let it rip and put it out there. If it's real, if it's you, I'm totally on with that. Put it out there. But I was struggling to release that podcast last week because I would just want to be better at it. The whole time I'm cringing at my voice and how I'm talking. You're just over there saying, my profile is so weird. I don't like how I look from the side. I've never seen that before. And I was dying over there because you said you'd never seen your profile before.
No.
You never looked in the mirror? You should. You're very handsome.
This is your profile. You can't see your profile.
Yeah, but you can like turn your face.
Angle, but like full profile. For 48 minutes or 45 minutes, however long our last podcast was. Just like this is much better, I think.
Hold on. Pause right there. I need to make sure this is recording, first of all. I didn't double check that.
Oh, geez.
Focus.
Now, thank you for reminding me. I'm changing my positions for the rest
You're
of
just going to face the
Now
camera.
you get my profile. The camera.
I love your profile.
Okay, thank you.
I fell in love with your profile. But the
Thank
whole
you.
time I was like, if this is your main issue with this podcast that's happening right now, we're going to do okay.
Hey, there's There's something to that, I think, in life. Life lesson here.
You can't change your profile. So
you can change your profile.
Are you going to get like a nose job or something?
Or you can just like walk and turn. Never
That's
let
why
people
we're
see your
on
side.
spinny chairs.
Someone's beside me. Turn.
Okay.
No, I was just saying, I was going to say that it's a lesson in the little insecurities we all have. And we see them and no one else, right? A lot of times people don't even recognize them. They're just our own little things.
Do that. I love your profile.
To try to bring something.
Own it. Own your profile. Anyways, that was funny. You did much better than me on last week's podcast, but he was very insecure about his profile. So, other things that happened last week is we gained a new family member. I've officially been upgraded to Auntie Becca and your fun Uncle Matt. Yeah. And so my older sister, Alex, just had her first baby. So it's our first grandbaby in the family. And her name is Isla. And she's very, very cute. And I didn't grow up around, like, I'm third in line in my family. I have one younger sister. So, and I don't have cousins that were much, much younger than me. So I felt like I never grew up around babies or holding babies and everything. So when we first got to see Isla, I was like, yes,
let's
of
be
course
real.
I want to hold
real.
Wait. Let's finish this first.
Okay.
I got to hold baby Isla, and it was really scary, and I didn't want to drop her, and I didn't. And mission accomplished. Did you want to say something about that?
Let's get out the real feelings of Becca and how you feel about babies. Go.
I love babies. I love all babies.
Maybe her niece changed her, but up until this point in time, babies are like aliens. Babies are weird looking. I don't think babies are cute.
Okay, I've probably said all of those things. I'm a changed human being now. Baby Isla has changed me. But yes, we can all be a little bit more real when it comes to that. So a little bit creepy how babies are born. And they're not the cutest when they first arrive. And they very quickly get cuter. especially baby Isla. She's very cute. But yes, I do think babies are little like alien things that come to planet Earth and then grow up and turn into cool little things.
Things.
But I'm gonna work on being a really cool aunt right now.
Yeah, you did that whole workout on Friday with the 150-pound Husafell bag, and then you were holding the baby, the 7-pound baby, for a while, and your arm was getting tired.
Yes, I was holding her for a long time,
and then she said,
and I did a good job.
She said, "Matt, do you want to take it?" I was like,
"It? Whoa!
That's your beautiful niece you're talking about.
I'm working on it. I didn't grow up around babies. Give me a break."
But shout out to mom's strength.
Yes.
And dad's strength, holding babies.
For real, I don't know how you hold them on your hip, one-handed, doing other things and everything. Alex is about to get all that mama strength.
On zero sleep.
Yeah, so Alex is about to get all that mama strength, and I'm excited for her. Baby Isla in the house. We are pumped about that. You were so awkward taking her from me, though, and then she started crying, and I just could not help but laugh.
You were awkward in handing her off to me.
It was just, you want me to throw her like a football to you? That probably would have been better for you.
I think I was shaking a little bit for a second. I was like, oh God, don't drop the baby.
That was my biggest fear, just because I'd never really held babies. And their little heads are like... Very cute. I am 100% biased. Isla might be the cutest baby I've ever seen.
They should make... Their heads are kind of like the bottom of a kettlebell. They should make little handle helmets for their heads so you can just pick them up like a kettlebell. Farmers carry them.
This is why we're going to work on being a cool aunt and uncle before anything else happens. Okay. Welcome to the world, baby Isla. We love you already. You know what I have? I have 2 other bullet points to get to. Did you want to say anything before I jump into those? I know you have some notes.
I have some too, but you can go.
No. I want to hear your notes because I didn't let you look at it.
Well, I had Isla as a highlight of the week. Do you want to talk about your new obsession? My profile? No, just kidding.
I was already obsessed with that. I'm trying to figure out what you're referring to.
Your new obsession.
My new obsession.
Yes.
Let me think.
You start every day with it, basically. You're ready to go.
Eggs?
Yes. The boiled egg obsession.
For you guys that keep up with me on IG.
She is. She's addicted.
Until this morning when you were like, I like soft boiled eggs and I want some of those. And they were freaking hard to peel and we lost half the eggs.
The yolk is actually creamy though.
So I posted a while back on IG that I got a little $15 egg cooker, and I don't know if this is gonna work because it's a $15 egg cooker, and it tells you everything to do. It comes with like 10,000 warning labels that if you don't do this right, it'll probably explode. I believed it. So, but it makes really cool hard-boiled eggs. It does make omelets and other things. It comes with different trays. But yes, it was a good mix-up after our years of microwave scrambled eggs. Did you know you can make scrambled eggs in the microwave? You can. It's very easy, but it tastes like microwave scrambled eggs. And we did that for a long time. So we're eating like kings and queens.
Not when we're at home. We're not like we don't microwave our eggs when we're at home.
No.
We might just when we're at the gym.
Yeah. The gym life.
So when we're at home, we're like saying we either.
The gym life brings you microwave eggs.
Regular eggs.
Cool.
Anyways, I thought, yeah.
Yeah, great point.
You're up. What's your next point?
I'm looking at my last 2 bullet points, which are a little bit more serious. But I also have a side note that you told me to remind you of last night before you hopped in the shower. You're like, don't let me forget about my pood video. And for all my folks out here, you're thinking the right thing. Along with you must know that the fact a pood is a measurement of weight too. but it's also the
Or
past
kettlebells.
tense version of something else. And that is written in the top right-hand corner of my notes right now. Remind Matt of Pood.
Thank you.
So, other than that, I wanted to point out that share that I had a roller coaster week again. I think everybody has these roller coaster weeks, and just getting things on track with where we're at in the season. And I've always been, and you've always grown up as an athlete, and you have sports seasons and what you plan for each year, and life kind of revolves around that. And when you get a little bit stumped or something changes, it's always hard to get your train back on track. And I've had some good moments this week, some yucky moments this week of just being like, where do I want to take in all of this? So have a cool writing coming to the newsletter. Talks about recklessness, and we're both very organized, methodical people. We're getting better at kind of jumping into things a little bit faster, but I wrote a little bit about that and related it to coaching. But this week has been ups and downs again. But overall, that's life.
Yeah, I agree. A few things on that. First is, I think you just need to like channel your inner Doug and Steve Butabi. That was another highlight of the week for me, was Night at the Roxbury. We watched that.
Great movie.
And had fun. But hey, they kept following their dream. It all worked out in the
I
end.
believe it.
There were some roadblocks, but their indoor-outdoor club made it. So
yeah, we'll get there.
Whatever.
I believe in it.
Is,
and if it fails, all we got to do is keep doing this.
Just having fun.
Believe
Add in the
it.
music. Add in the music.
And
one other thing I'll say to that, which something we're going to try to do, and is good advice for most people in many things, is it's kind of the opposite of CrossFit, right? What we're trying to do is, in that, like in CrossFit a lot, or the ideal of having this broad, generalized fitness. If I want to raise my overall fitness, I find my weaknesses, and by dealing with those weak links in the chain, my overall fitness gets bigger, gets better, my work capacity gets better. So, kind of focusing on those weaknesses is something we do in CrossFit, but kind of our challenge is one of the things we're trying to do is focus on our strengths and doubling down on those, and spending more time and energy and finding other ways for people to help or get involved in doing some of the things that maybe aren't our strengths, or that take away from our energy to do the things that make life fun and goals we want to accomplish. So
I told one of our
just a thought
athletes.
for those of you guys, because I'm like kind of one of those people that like sometimes I'm like, I gotta punish myself and choose to do stuff I hate, or be proud and like not ask for help, and do some jobs that are just in some ways not constructive and meeting the end goal, because it's taking away my time and energy from other things. Anyway, sorry.
I just told one of our athletes yesterday, I love how when we can, that's how my brain works, is relating training back to life, and everything we do in the gym is a micro picture of everything we do outside of the gym. I told one of our athletes yesterday, who was going back and forth on a squat clean weight, and she's a great mover, and she's like, I don't know if I should go 85 or 95. And we ended up going just right in between to help her build her confidence up to that heavier weight, even though I really did think she could hit 95. I go, you got to trust that you've been doing this a while, and you have very good basics of movements. You have very good fundamentals. And sometimes when a workout like this pops up where we have some heavy squat cleans, we just got to trust those strengths and those fundamentals and all those reps you put in, and just let it rip and see what happens. If you fall on your butt, you fall on your butt. But we got to be able to leap a little bit. So definitely a fun moment yesterday that helped me realize even some bigger things in life that we can relate our training to, and just kind of learn from every little thing that we do. So, and that being said, last thing I put on my list is getting wrecked by all your class wads. And we talked about it last week of just, I've done some of the programming as is, and then some of the programming just scaled up a little bit. I'm very sore today. It's been a good week for
What
training.
favorite,
and
least favorite workout?
No, we're gonna put that at the end.
Oh, that's the end.
Put
My
that at
bad.
the end. We'll give away.
See,
we'll
I was
give
trying to
away-
have this plant
We'll
talk
give
about
away a
this
workout at the end.
last night.
But yes, you've had some killer class workouts this week that have left me very, very sore, and I need to stretch today. Go. You have any other
Good.
things before we jump into some
No,
questions?
I think that's good.
We got some good questions this week. Thank you guys for sending in some questions. Just a heads up, since we're still kind of new at this thing, getthatfusednews@gmail.com. You can send your longer form questions to that email, just so it's easier to type it out.
Or you can mail us at 200 CrossFit Bolt.
That would be so
Mail
cool.
in. Somebody mail in a question. That would be the coolest thing ever.
That would be so
200
cool.
East Beltline Road, Suite 204, Coppell, Texas 75019. Maybe we'll give a prize away if we get like an actual mailed in question.
I would love that. That would be a lot of effort from someone, and I'd appreciate that. But yeah, you could do that too. But thank you guys for sending in some questions. And I did put up, I will probably keep doing this until we get a lot of momentum on this side of the podcast of doing the IG, ask me anything, so we get some short, punchy questions too. So the first question that I had, oh shoot, it was on my phone, but I have them on the email that I wanted to answer was, are we getting Blitz a fur friend? For all you guys just listening, Matt just shook his head no, even though I've brought it up a few times.
I mean, I'm open to a decision to do that. We just need a really good plan in place. Getting a puppy used to the gym life and is really hard.
So
I mean, if you guys don't know, if you don't come to Bolt, like it took a while, and there was a long time Blitz had to be on his leash, and then he kind of learned where he's allowed to go. Now he's just completely off leash, in and out whenever he wants. I mean, part of it's because he's so smart, but he's very, just the type of dog he is. He's very connected to his people, so he doesn't find the need to go bolt out and run away from us. And we have a pretty secluded spot.
Bolt.
But anyways, that's my biggest, is it takes a lot of work and time and energy and patience to get the dog ready for the gym life.
Well, one of my backup plans for you guys that need to know this, just if pro athlete and media person and all that doesn't work out, is I'm just going to go adopt a bunch of dogs and start their own Instagram page.
Dog trainer.
I think that would be very, very fun. And it's a lot of hard work, which is right up our alley. But I have always halfway joked about getting us a second dog. Plus, the problem is the dog that I want to adopt, which I want to rescue a dog. It would be awesome if the type of dog that I want is waiting for me somewhere. I want a monster dog, a monster guard dog, bull mastiff or cane corso, cane corso. I think that's how you actually say it, but I still call them cane corsos. But I like the big dogs, big guard dog for the gym. Problem is the training for a monster dog. You have to be dead on serious, and any dog dead on serious, but especially one that's bigger, going to be bigger than me. Better know how to control that guy. I don't think it'll fit in my current car. That's kind of held me up. But what was the most dangerous thing about not qualifying for the CrossFit Games this year was I immediately went into my emo stage of girl that just got heartbroken. I was like, I need a dog. I want to go adopt a dog. And I was thinking I had all this extra time, which we just jumped into making ourselves really busy anyway, which I love. And there will be a point where we set some time away to get Blitz a fur friend. I definitely see it.
I definitely would be happy with another dog.
I would be happy with 10 more.
It's just the other issue you brought up too is you want to rescue a dog. So maybe I could be, I'm re-educated on this, but there isn't, sometimes depending on the age of rescuing the dog, it makes it hard to teach them everything you want to be what we need.
Well, if it's in the business, it's just got to be really well trained.
Yeah.
Which, shout out to my girl Spunk, did a great job adjusting the gym life when she needed to.
For sure.
I miss you, Spunky. I miss you, baby. But Will we get Blitz a fur friend? I think eventually. Not this year. Maybe in the
He would definitely be happier when we left him at home.
if he had a friend. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he destroyed his crate again. Blitz news.
He does
When
not
we were
like
at the
that thing.
hospital.
Here's another big question, and this is a good one. I just saw your recent post that you've been coaching CrossFit since you were 17. I have been doing that as well. Got my L1 as soon as I could and have been coaching since. But I don't see how I can really make a career into, or really make this into a career. Like enough money to live off of. So I was just wondering if you had this problem or what you did to fix that problem. You want that? Start?
They're asking you.
Okay. Well, they're asking me technically all these questions, but you're the co-host of this podcast, so you can answer them too. I will start it off though. You're so right. It's not $1 million business. Not right off the top. And what we really, I want your help in digging into this question because you've owned the gym for 12 years and I've been in it for the majority of the time. I started jumping in. I knew I wanted to be a full-time coach when I started coaching because I just loved it and couldn't see myself doing anything else. That being said, I loved it so much that I told myself I was willing to hustle anywhere else, as far as even if it meant working a second job or 2 other jobs, as long as I could keep coaching. But I think in what a lot of it's really hard. I know there's lots of roles when you're the gym owner, and I hope you can really touch on that because you're just taking care of the gym, taking care of the people, and taking care of your community. Is like having one big family that there's always problems that you're going around fixing or situations you're going around fixing. But tying other things to this amazing career, like media or merch or product. There's just too many opportunities that if you're in this career and willing to hustle, you can make it into a successful business that you can live off. Will it be a multi-million-dollar business? I don't know. Maybe if you if you work hard enough and get one of those awesome opportunities, those two things align, you could definitely hit that. But as far as if you're starting in this career, you got to realize that what you're doing is what you love, and that's more valuable than getting a whole ton of money. Now, you do need to be able to survive off of it. So here's the answer when it comes to that. We're up here at 5 a.m. and we leave the gym at either 7:30 or 8 p.m. You got to be willing to do that. But along the way, don't just get lost in the grind. You got to find other avenues that are helping you business-wise as well as fueling your passion to keep doing what you love. So what I'm doing right now, I don't make hardly, I don't make, I mean, I have a couple of small sponsorships, but I'm still working my way up there. It's hard. So I feel you, but I also think you got to be willing to start spotting some opportunities because there's a lot out there. It's just going to take some time and a good bit of hustle.
Yes. I mean, it's hard to get directly at your situation and where you are. There's different CrossFit gyms or different styles of gyms where there's more opportunities than others. I know we're always looking for people, and actually looking right now for possibly expanding roles within our gym and then having more coaches or more full-time coaches, or really coaches that are doing more than just coaching class. So my advice would be experience is the greatest teacher. So get involved somewhere, or find a place whether it's your gym or another gym, or you have a good vibe, and then with what they do and how they run their things, or the gym owner, and then just find ways to prove your value. Like if you're engaged with the community and you're doing you bring that spark to class, you're invaluable in this. We're always looking for those people, and if I had somebody who was like, I'm ready to jump head and do this full time, I would do everything I could to give them that opportunity. But it's going to be something that slowly grows. I will say to Rebecca's point, is finding ways to hustle and help or do things that create your own revenue or revenue for the gym or through you at the gym if you have those talks with the head coach. But like personal training, for example, you hustled a ton. You brought in a ton of new, like working with clients we already had, but like you brought in a ton of new revenue through personal training. And at first it was us sitting down a little bit and me kind of coming up with a plan with you, but now it's just like you can take it and run with it. And you say, I understand you're like, oh, you don't make as much as you want.
I got big goals that way too.
Yeah, but it's not, I think it might be more than some people some people might not know that what's doable. And I would say if you weren't a full-time athlete, you would be crushing it. Like if you weren't training to be a full-time athlete and you were like, I'm going to be a personal trainer, coach in the gym and do all of these personal training or run more programs, you would be crushing it. So you're kind of some of that's taking a back seat because you're still pursuing that as well. So, a lot of it does have to line up. There are certain gyms, they might not have the numbers yet, or it might not. You just be very open and honest with the gym owner, and hopefully they're open and honest with you. Like, hey, this is what we can pay you, or is there a way to progress within kind of the system they have there?
The coolest thing about being in the career that we are in and being around so many hardworking, good people is people will notice your effort. And I really do feel that, and they value your effort. So if it's something that you want to lean into, like personal training, which I definitely suggest money-wise, there are clients out there that will pay the big bucks for personal training, but they'll pay the big bucks if they see your value in your effort and the hustle that you're working towards. So that is, that you brought that up, I did pour a lot into that. And that, just so you guys know, that was before I became Becca, the bigger athlete, like more noticeable athlete and everything. It was, if you're telling me that you got your L1 right away and you love this, people will see that and they want to be tied to that, because it's not just you trying to help them. They want to feel some of that passion and some of that love to incorporate into their life. So it'll pay off in the end. It's hard to not look at the numbers right away, but if you're doing what you love, you're going to work in other areas to support your love.
Yeah.
Your passion.
It's the little bit the little things, a little bit of effort. Like, for example, hanging out a little bit after class. And when you notice somebody, maybe you didn't get to something they were doing on their pull-up, and just giving them 5 minutes of like, hey, here's this little thing you can try next time. And that's kind of how you can plant those seeds with some of those folks to be, hey, I can help you get to that. If this is a goal of yours, they're a little bit quicker, or pitch that to them, because once people see the value, that's the biggest thing, is them seeing the value first, and then it's worthwhile. So, all
right, we spent a long time on that question, but it was definitely worth it. You guys, I know there's a lot of you guys out there, go crush it. I
rambled, sorry.
Go crush it. No, don't apologize for that. Stop apologizing for your profile too. Okay, it's beautiful. Anyways, you got this. Keep hustling. We're rooting for you. We'll go through some quicker questions, and there's some good ones on here. Guys, shout out to you guys. You guys know what's up. People crush the questions this week. They're not all, what do you do for training? What do you do? How much do you eat? No, there's some good ones on here. So someone, first of all, not a question, but they said, I love rocking the 2 different shoes, aka the Fusilier, at my gym, but my gym has some haters. F the haters, man. Do whatever you want. Be weird, be different. It's awesome when you start owning that. Coach Matt Bear, we need some tips for overhead squats.
Overhead squat tips? Like just overhead squat tips?
There's like one tip on mine. There's one tip. Stop cheating on the questions. I don't let him look at the questions because I want a natural response. It just says tips on overhead squats. I got one thing, and then I'm moving past this question.
You're going to say T-spine?
No.
What?
It's more generalized than that. It's mobility.
Oh, yeah.
You will be a good overhead squatter if you get mobility. Plain and simple.
I mean, the tips are, mobility is probably the right answer. the tips, it really depends on what your limitation is, whether it's ankles, hips, T-spine. Those are usually one of the three things, but you can work on all of those all the time. No matter how good you get, you can make it better. Watch a Chinese weightlifter do like a squat jerk. Then if you get to that level, then I'll shut up. But until then, you can always be working to have those positions stronger and better. But yeah, we talk about that when we did snatches on Monday. The snatch to me is not a strength movement. At some point, it becomes a power movement, but first, it's a mobility, balance, coordination movement. And you don't get better at those things by just adding weight to the bar. So, and then at some point, once you have kind of the balance, coordination, some of the mobility, then it can become somewhat of a power movement because you're moving a large load quickly, but it's not a strength movement for sure.
Yep, mobility. How long are you planning to compete in the CrossFit Games? Well, I do want to make it back to the CrossFit Games. That's the ultimate plan. But just competing in CrossFit, I plan on many more years. We're not gonna. Just like anything in life, I want to have a generalized plan, and I know at the moment I want to compete for many more years. But who's to say? A few years down the road, there's some big opportunities that we might want to take a leap into, and life shifts us a different way. I want to make it to my prime of, I think, my late 20s and maybe getting to 30. I think I'm going to be at my strongest self. We kind of talked about that a little bit last week. So I definitely want to explore that. But as of right now, you'll be seeing me compete for a while. I would say,
well,
as long as it's fun.
As long as it's fun.
As long as it's fun. If it's not fun, then I ain't doing it anymore. So say that. I love that. It is crazy to think when I got out the teenage division, so many people were telling me, you got 10 years. And I know there's been a lot of controversy just happening this year around the teenage athletes graduating to the adult division, pushing themselves super hard. It was a really hard pill to swallow that out of the teenage division after being at the games as a teenager. It would be 10 years before I'd really hit like a peak. And I'm still not close to that. So as long as it stays fun, I'll be in this. If it starts being not fun, it's not worth it. This is what I'm talking about. Talking about these good questions this week. I'm so proud of you guys. What is your favorite dinosaur? Good question. I love it. Let me think for a sec. I don't want to be basic. But I don't know the names of these dinosaurs.
I know, like
the one that's in the water and has like, it looks like a long neck. I hope you guys can
the Loch Ness Monster.
It looks like a Loch Ness Monster. What do you call a long neck dinosaur?
A goose?
I only know. I hope you guys are watching the video.
That's what a goose turned into.
Because I'm just describing
That's the
this.
goose's ancestor.
No.
Swish.
Did you ever watch Land Before Time? We have different childhood shows. This is where our age gap comes into play. We have different childhood shows, but I watched The Land Before Time, and there's like Littlefoot and the long neck dinosaurs. They're like a Bronchiosaurus, right? Brontosaurus.
That's not in the water.
But the dinosaur I'm thinking of looks half of that and half of.
Okay, I don't know.
You guys have to be watching the video right now because if you see what I'm doing on the video,
post-production picture.
If you see what I'm doing on the video right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't think that's how flippers work.
But it's one of those, and I've never showed you the clip of Charlie and the Unicorn. They call it a Leopleurodon. It's half of what I'm talking about. I'll show you that later. That's my answer. A mix between a platypus and a long-necked dinosaur.
Wow.
If you say Triceratop, we're ending this podcast.
What's wrong with
basic ass dinosaur?
No, the most basic one is a T-Rex.
Well, those are still cool though.
Well,
are you going to answer
there's
the damn
controversy
question?
now that T-Rexes weren't even predators; they were carnivores. Or
what?
Not.
That was. Thank you.
Sorry. That was terrible.
Are you going to
Cut that
answer
out.
this question?
Predators, not. They weren't predators. They were.
Herbivores?
No, they were.
No way
They
were
ate
herbivores.
the dead stuff.
Ugh.
They're like vultures.
Ugh. Why their arms are small?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite dinosaur.
Oh my gosh! The only way this podcast is gonna I just spit all over you.
Tortoise.
The only way that's
Tortoise.
worse than a triceratops. Moving on. You could have said anything other than a tortoise and a triceratops, and I would have been happy. Like a pterodactyl. Pterodactyl. You need this one. Any recommendations for book recommendations for mindset? You do much more reading than I do. I'm not a reader. The best one that everyone usually talks about is, and I just blanked on it. So. What is it?
We just need to cancel this question.
See the cover in my head, but I can't. Atomic Habits.
That's not really mindset. That's what I'm saying. Like
it is mindset.
Mindset is such a.
You start working on habits from building up your mindset and deciding to do that shit.
Atomic Habits is a great book.
I don't read.
One of those books you can reread multiple times, but I don't know. I think give me more. I don't know. I'm not gonna just throw a book recommendation.
Oh my god, this is the last two questions.
Yeah, this one needs to be out of here.
You read so much. What's the bird book you're reading right now?
It's not a mindset book.
Okay, first of all, Atomic Habits is a great book. I'm not a reader, so I'm trying to answer this question, but I know that's a great book, and I pulled some things from it. The Art of Not Giving an F. Isn't that a great book too that you've read? What's the tennis book that you've read? I'm trying to help this person.
The Subtle Art of Tennis.
Yes. We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
We'll start next podcast on that. Go do some research. What's my shoe size? At least it's not a training question, but I have baby feet. Also, my outfit today has the shark sandals on. I have baby feet and a 6.5. I hope that means you're sending me shoes. So that'd be really cool.
You have enough shoes. You should send me shoes.
Matt wears a 12. Okay. Tips. I love how you worded this question because I totally could see the whole image in my head. Tips on hanging leg raises. I start swinging. They totally mean toes to bar. And I just love that it said hanging leg raises. Gives you the whole visualization of the skill.
Maybe they're doing straight leg raises instead of knee raises.
Like strict?
Like they're doing the same kipping, but they're keeping their legs straight. Versus driving their knees up.
Believe it or not, I think the tip that we're looking for is shoulder strength and control. Try not to look at my armpits. I think I'm sweating. It's hot in here. But doing some strong kipping swings where you actually focus on using your shoulders and your lats to move yourself and not raising. Whoa. Stop laughing at me. Do I have armpit sweat? Are you not? I'm not wearing a tank top.
It's very warm in here.
Anyways, using your shoulders, and I'm going to cover this side, using your shoulders and your lats to move yourself and not breaking from your midline or your hips or piking at your hips, you will stay in control on the pull-up bar. That's how you do it. You got to strengthen up your kipping swing by using your shoulders. Here's the thing. Put a towel between your feet. It forces you to squeeze your booty, squeeze your belly, and use your shoulders more to swing. Put a towel between your feet, and then start small, build bigger. I love it. I love it. Can you customize my TYR tier trainers? Why did I say TYR? It's tier. I'm sponsored. Shh, don't cancel me, tier. Can you customize my tier trainers? Of course. There's a spot on my website. I love to paint and customize cool shoes.
Not for free.
Guess what No, not for free. Not at this point.
It's not for free. It's too much time.
Guess what? My next set of shoes is gonna have on them.
Squids.
Oh, that would be so cool, but no. Are you squidding me? I think
Babies.
I'm gonna do. Gross.
See, the truth comes out.
I think I'm gonna do parrots or feathers, and maybe actually put realistic feathers like hanging off the shoes. Next question.
We need those for Bolt Wars, Team Parrot.
Can you talk about body image as a muscly woman struggling? Upside down smiley face. I know it's a pretty common topic these days. What's really cool about this day and age is I feel like there's more women in the gym. Oh, awesome. Always good. I mean, you're just taking care of yourself and taking care of your body and doing, we need to stay strong. And this whole idea of, it just goes back to insecurities. Why are you going to worry about, if you're doing what you want to do, why are you going to worry about what other people are saying? There's obviously some, own who you are. And if what you're doing is what you love to do, and you don't have to worry about what anyone else is saying. If someone's saying something to you, you just gotta be able to recognize if someone's saying something ugly to you in a sense that where it makes you feel bad, it's because they're experiencing some shit in their life that is making them insecure. And when you finally realize that someone telling you something that makes you feel bad, it's probably because they're feeling a lot worse than you and they're trying to bring you down to their level. So that being said, own your muscles, own who you are. It's empowering to be super, super strong. And don't worry about what other people think of you. When you own your weirdness and own who you are, life's so much more fun. It really
True that.
is. It really is. Don't just realize people are coming from their own problems. And if you're doing what you want to do, keep owning it. Got anything on that?
I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I know that there's Can I talk now? I don't know. I know that there's way more social pressure, probably even more so now with social media and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, to look a certain way or be a certain way or do all those things. But I think Rebecca hit the nail on the head. Like, you need to, have integrity yourself, have some values that you hold yourself to, and then people around you that share those values, you care about their opinions, and then other or friends or mentors or different things. And at some point, when you're getting out to that great big world, it can be a beautiful place, but it can also be a nasty place. Like, just realize that everyone's not gonna like you, and that's okay, because I don't like everyone else, and I'll always care for people and be humane. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is a terrible answer.
No, it's not. I'm just kind of recapping.
But yeah, just
like own who you are. The people that are hurting you in that kind of way have their own pain that they're dealing with, and they need to do the same exact thing. They need to really think about who they are and start owning that.
Yeah.
So you can do it.
You don't need everyone's opinions. You need the right people's
no,
opinions and your own opinion of what you want. So that's what I would say.
Ooh, someone said your socks smell. What? You right. Because I work hard and I sweat in them, and then I wash them, and then they don't smell. Would you like to come to Mexico? Yes. We will bring our ponchos. The only thing we want to do a whole freaking Mexico tour. Guys. Visit your gyms. Coach a little bit. Train a little bit.
See Daniel
at Fit Homies.
Fit Homies.
Yes, they got a new place. I want to go see that. but I do need to learn a little bit more Spanish before we go. And actually, that's a segment on my newsletter that I wanted to start. Becca learns Spanish with your help. So I need you guys who will come visit Mexico one day for sure.
We could try like a sentence a week on the podcast.
Yes. Not
Or
this
a
week,
list
though.
of
I'm not ready for
vocabulary
that.
words.
I'm not ready for that. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Gracias. Best, I've gotten this question a couple of times, so just a really quick answer on this. Best advice for a teenage athlete: have fun. You can't do, and I'm referring this to CrossFit, you can't do the sport if it's not fun. You can't compete in this sport if you don't have fun with it. It just doesn't work. It will beat you down. It will put you in these really tough spots. You got to have fun with it. Keep your friends next to you. Keep your community next to you. And you realize you don't need to put pressure on yourself in this sport. All it comes down to is your work ethic and how lighthearted you can keep all of these nasty workouts and everything. So keep it fun. Is there any testing done for PEDs at the semifinals level? P.S. Love the content. Love you too. Yes, well, not when you qualify for semifinals. When you qualify to the games, they take all the games qualifiers plus a few extra spots to go back and get drug tested right after they leave the floor. Like you literally have, what do they call someone who, you have someone who stays with you the whole way to drug testing, make sure you don't run off and do anything cuckoo. But that was a long process when we went through that. And then, yeah, they put you, as soon as you make it to the games or you're at the top level, you're on the drug testing list. You can be pulled for random drug testing. So there's a large conversation that is usually brought up in many ways around the community, but it needs to be talked about more. There needs to be more drug testing for sure if the sport wants to get bigger. So, but yeah, they do some drug testing at semifinals if you make the games. How tall are you? 5'2". How tall are you?
6'2".
Hi, Blitz. He did not budge. Belly rubs or back scratches?
Ooh.
Buddy, you want to answer that?
I think for him, it would be between belly rubs and butt scratches.
Yeah, that's what it is. He'll come up to you and stick his butt like right in your face. You're good.
In a good way.
In the most loving way.
Or just sit on you.
So I think number one ranked is butt scratches, then belly scratches, then any type of scratches after that. Blitz is a good boy. He's a smelly boy, but he's a good boy. We're almost through our questions for this round. You're a smaller athlete like myself. Any tips for maintaining your weight and strength? Keep lifting those weights. And the main thing that I'm doing right now is eat. If you want to get strong, you're going to have to keep fueling those little muscles that we got.
And sleeping more.
Yes. It's so hard. He's making me sleep more. I have too many things that I want to do. But yes, lift them weights, eat a lot, sleep a lot, and capitalize on some of your strengths. If you're a small athlete, get really strong through body weight and body control and take that into weightlifting. And yeah, we're working. I mean, there's no secret to it. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of basic, not even so much like Olympic lifts and everything. It's basic strength training. I mean, a lot of accessory work, a lot of squats, a lot of pulls, and
presses.
Yeah, and sadly presses my poor shoulders. You can do it. Don't let that smallness idea get into your head. You're strong. How about 2 more questions? Where's the Texas Valley? Is that where
South
we were?
Texas, yeah.
Oh, the Valley. They call it the Valley.
Yeah, South Texas.
Those people are lit.
We're going back.
We're going back to South Padre soon. You guys get ready. I will be releasing some more details on what that trip looks like and why we're going down there as soon as I get the details on it. But yes, we will be in South Padre this year. And last time we went, those people are lit. They're like, we're from the Valley. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I want to be a part of it. Just by the way you're saying that.
Yes.
So very, very soon, September. People have been asking me for if I have any specific playlists. I know some people on Spotify share their playlists and everything. I do not. I only use Spotify at the gym. And I'm definitely that person that picks a song and says, go to that radio, and then just kind of works from there. I do not make my own playlist because I like the spontaneity of Spotify just giving me random songs. Right now,
Spotify does not give you random songs.
No, I know it's kind of sucky, but I'm also, it works well for me, not for you. It works well for me that I like to re-listen to songs until I wear them out. Matt likes Jelly Roll. He's an upcoming country artist. I don't know what category he's in. And the Flamingos and the band.
Flamingos.
Hey, you said you were listening to the Flamingos the other day. But you guys should be proud of me. I've made it past my Britney Spears stage or phase. It lasted way longer than it should have. And now I'm back to Akon. So, no, I do not have a playlist that I can share with you guys. I'm sorry. I'm pretty useless in that sense. That's it. That's what we're going to wrap up this podcast with. We got to do favorite workout of the week. And I will say I've been doing all the class workouts. That bench workout that I posted on my story was super fun and unique because we never got to run a class like that. It's fun to coach. It was fun to do. We did 4 times this chipper. You can partition it any way you want to. 120 calorie row for the fellas, 100 calorie row for the ladies, 90 bench press at 135/95, and 60 burpee box jump overs. Those 3 things you must complete. You can break it up however you want. I am very, very sore from it because we just don't incorporate bench a whole lot in the workouts because it's kind of difficult to do in the class. But the way I did it was full-on competition way, complete disregard for how sore I was going to get if I did it this way. But I went couplet style back and forth from bench to burpees and used the burpees from where I needed to rest between my bench sets, just trying to do my best to flop on the ground and use as little arms as possible on the burpees, and then finish with a 100 calorie row. So from a coaching standpoint, did you have fun? You programmed that one and watched it play out. Did you like it?
Yeah, I'll say first of all, guys, yes, if you're normal like me, we don't normally rest on burpee box jump overs, but elite athletes do, I guess. No, it was fun. It was cool. It was fun to find a way. Really, we're limited by the number of benches we have. We have big classes. I mean, I think we ran that Tuesday night with over 20 people on 5 benches. So it was cool to one, make it partition it how you like, so everyone got to start in different spots or start in a different way. And then there was enough time with the rowing and the burpee box jump overs to where people could cycle in and off out of the benches. And it was a light enough bench that no one was going to get crushed by their barbell. So it worked out perfect for a group class. One of those.
Hopefully you guys can try it and get a little bit sore through my pecs. That's where I'm sore. I need to go roll them out. But it was a super fun workout, and the whole week has been pretty killer. So thank you guys for all of your questions. If you like the podcast, you a real one. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. We got a newsletter that'll keep you guys all informed on everything that we're doing. And we'll keep having some fun with this. Good chatting with you guys.
Later, guys.
I think we did pretty good for round 2. Let's keep it rolling.
Let's cut that intro music.
And no, we're going to use that. And bye-bye.